So we're sitting down to talk with Yashaan Khambatta about all things equestrian and specifically his journey and his experience over the last couple of days working at Japalouppe. And Yashaan, I can't say thank you enough for you to make the time and come down to Japalouppe and spend this time and work with our riders over here. And of course, for sitting down and being able to spend some time, sharing some of your thoughts and ideas with our viewers out there.
Thank you so much for having me over. To be very honest, it was a pleasure being here, and I love the whole setup. I've been coming here for years now, but this was the first time as a coach or helping out the kids. But it's pleasure was mine.
Lovely.
How do you get into horse riding? Okay, so when I was 3 years old, my father used to pass by the racecourse in the morning.
Like I could just smell something what I liked, but I didn't know they were horses. So then my father told me that they are horses, and I fell in love with the smell. And that's how I started seeing them. And then my father took me in. I got introduced to horses, and I think that was 3, and now I'm 36. It was
33 years and love at first sight.
Love at first sight.
And on that question, do you remember the first horse that you rode?
Yes, my first horse was Uncle Chips.
Uncle Chips?
Uncle Chips. He was a small pony.
Like the...
Pony.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. And the Chips, Uncle Chips, yes, that
exactly.
was his name. Yeah, it was a fun ride.
Any of the other memorable horses that you remember in your early days?
Well, there are a number of horses which have made me what I am today. So all horses have made an equal part of my journey.
Okay.
But the most memorable one I would say was my Asian Games horse Olgi, who actually made my dream come true. Like, he had a heart of gold, and I barely had any time to prepare and qualify, and he just did it for me. Like, he's very special to me.
We all have that one horse, no?
Yeah.
So Olgi was that special horse for you.
Right.
Okay. So when did you actually start and graduate from being a rider to becoming a coach?
Okay, so that journey, it happened in Embassy, where I was training and riding there. So I had a bunch of kids who used to come and train.
Right.
And it was my first experience to train people. So that's how I started with my training career. And now it's just going on.
And as you started moving into, training and teaching, obviously, everybody knows, Yashaan, you came, you've started from very humble beginnings. Unlike a lot of the competitors out there, it was a fight for every little thing.
Right.
But what all were the challenges that you faced in your early days?
Okay. So I would say a lot of challenges, but the few major challenges what any rider, not only me, any rider would be facing is the training, the right amount of training. A lot of times when I start off training with the kids, or what I've been taught, I had to first unlearn and then learn the correct thing. So that would be the major challenge. And the other challenges would be, of course, the horses.
But that's changing now.
Yeah, now that's changing. Luckily, today people can afford better horses, better quality horses. So it's changing.
In a nutshell, if I was to sum it up, you're having access to quality training and quality horses were the bigger challenges that you faced.
Absolutely.
What about other things? So what about support from different, either government or this? How did you manage? Because it's an expensive sport, especially at the level that you were competing at.
Right. So basically, I was lucky that my parents really supported me. That's like a game changer. Like, without my parents, I would have not been what I am today.
Of course.
It's all thanks to them.
I must say I was very impressed with, because from day one from the clinic, you were out there in the sun 7 hours every day. I will be honest, I've seen a lot of trainers, a lot of places all over the world. I don't know many people who actually have the capability to stand and just keep going like a machine. So honestly, Yashaan, that for me is, I think your work ethic also is probably one of the big reasons why you've come to where you are, and
Thank
more
you.
power to you for that.
Thank you. But I would like to add a note out there. Actually, it's not just me. I had got the same back from the kids out here. So maybe that's why I could stand in the heat for 7 hours. Otherwise, I don't think so I would be doing it if I didn't get it back from the kids.
So moving on to coaching related questions. Now that you've been coaching and a lot of your riders are doing very well, here's a question: what do you look for in your students? Like what kind of qualities are you looking for in your students?
So first and foremost, what I would look in any student who comes to me is attitude.
Okay.
The right attitude. Like, they might be talented, but if they don't have the right attitude, it ain't working with me.
So when you say
Yes.
attitude, what?
Like, I would want them to be down to earth,
Okay.
humble, right? No matter how good they are, they need to have their head on their shoulders, and just that, like, they just need to give in their 100%. I don't mind them making mistakes over and over, but they just have to push through it and keep going on. Like, that's all what I need when I teach.
And what about, say, have you had to work with students who've getting past a bad fall?
Yes. Not had, have also, and continuing. It's a normal process for me.
Right.
But we just need to give them time. Like, I would say time is the best healer for anything. But sometimes there are a lot of kids who just hold on to it. It's sad, but as a trainer, what I could do is just be there for them and try and understand. And yes, even I lose patience sometimes as a coach, but I cannot remove that frustration on them.
No.
All I could do is just calm myself down and say, it's okay, it will happen.
So, here's an interesting question for you. Do you think great riders are born or great riders are made?
I would say a little bit of both.
A little bit of both.
A little bit of both, to be very honest. So, according to me, like, I would say there are two types of riders. Someone who's a natural, like where things just come easily to him when they ride, him or her.
Yeah.
But the other one is where they have to really work hard to reach their goals.
Right.
And there are very few combinations where they are talented and hardworking.
Right.
So that combination is very rare to find, but when you find, it's a breeze to work with them.
Of course. Of course.
Yeah.
But what about the ones who are struggling with talent?
Right.
Then the only option is what? Just put in the time.
Just put in the time. If someone does not, like, they don't have the talent, but they are hardworking, that does not mean they cannot reach the top. They have to just put in the hours. They just have to maybe work extra than the talented ones, but they will reach there, as long as they want to reach there.
I think it's such a lovely thing that when there is no plan B, you are committed.
Yeah.
There is no option. That jump has to be taken.
Has to be there.
You've got to complete that round, and there is a certain, you have to have that drive that it's this or it's nothing, so I'm just going to give everything to this.
100%. Like, I didn't give myself an option. Of course, I didn't want an option, but I didn't give myself an option. I said plan A and it will be there, come what may.
And if you had to give all these riders who look up to you and follow you some sort of an advice when it comes to them riding, what would you say to them?
I would just keep it simple. I'll not make it complicated. Just follow your heart. If you love it, go for it.
And I think this, the best advice is uncomplicated. Like you said,
Yeah.
just follow your heart.
Yeah. That's what I did. You'll be happy. You'll always be happy. You may not make a lot of money, but you'll be happy.
Are you superstitious?
Not so, okay, I'm not superstitious, but sometimes, like, as like, I'll look at the sun and then I'll mount, like something like that. Like,
So on that, do you have a show day ritual?
Oh, no, I do not have a show day ritual, but I need to sleep.
You need to sleep.
my hours. I love sleeping, so I need my sleep.
But you just said, I'll look at the sun and I'll mount.
Like, okay, so maybe because it's like I'm a Parsi, we worship the fire and the sun. So like I'll always like turn the horse towards the sun and then mount, and I'll not face the back. That's it. I don't know if it's superstitious, but I've always been doing that since I was a kid.
It's a ritual.
Kind of, you could say that.
Okay. Yashaan, I have a feeling that a lot of kids suddenly are going to start facing the sun and mounting their horses because it's, Yashaan does it. Who knows? There might be something there. When you have your big rounds, and I'm sure you also feel pressure.
Right.
How do you deal with nerves?
Okay, so again, not boasting, but usually I've never had nerves. My only problem was to remember the course, which everyone would know, and I think everyone was going to have
That story has been told a few times.
Yeah, everyone's going to have a good laugh about it, but that was my only worry, that Yashaan, don't forget the course. So that was my nerves.
So but for your students who are
Right.
competing, how do you help them cope with their nerves?
Okay. So, the good part about me is I'm quite chill. Like I do not get stressed out myself. A little bit too cool, I would say. Not like cool, but
Yeah,
relaxed cool.
yeah.
So I try and tell my kids, like, just ease out. Like, you all don't need to put pressure on yourself. Enjoy it. Yeah, because this is what you're doing is fun for y'all. And it
Exactly.
should be fun.
It has to be fun.
Yeah, as long as it's fun, y'all are going to do well. And I do not look for like, oh, you need to win today. Enjoy. If you win, we are lucky today. Otherwise, come out with a good round.
And it's so nice that you're saying that because, it boils back to a very simple thing. We play a sport.
Exactly.
We don't work a sport.
Exactly.
If we play it, it's meant to be fun. So yeah, that's such lovely advice. Go in there, have fun.
Exactly.
And if the bonus is if there is a medal,
100%.
but if you're having fun, then you're not losing
Yeah.
any which ways.
Not at all.
I'm sure you've had your share of super bad falls. And how do you bounce back after a fall, or how do you help a student bounce back once they've had a fall? Do you, is there anything that specifically, somebody's got bad case of the nerves?
Right.
We've talked about this, but can you kind of give ideas of how you coped with,
Right.
you had something and you were like, you're not 100% confident because you know that this horse has a tendency to bark or rear or whatever.
Right.
So how do you deal with
Those kind of
those
cases.
kind of situations?
Okay, so my personal, I've not learned from someone how to deal with people and kids, but what I do in my day-to-day routine is like, if some kid has fallen and the kid is a nervous kid, what I could just say is like, just calm down, it's okay, we all fall.
Of course.
Yeah. So first of all, I'll make them understand that you will be falling.
That's so true.
Yeah, but just get back on and ride.
And do you feel that just letting riders kind of figure for themselves and giving them time in the saddle helps them kind of?
It does. But most of the times what I feel is like, it's just that they overthink a lot that this horse is going to do something. And that's, yes.
And
they presume.
They're being unfair by not giving the horse a chance.
Exactly. So they presume a lot of times that this horse will do something because that horse has been doing something in the past with the previous riders.
Right.
So that's what they sit with, and they're like always like nervous, and the horse feels it.
And then the horse behaves.
Exactly. Exactly.
So if they relax,
the
then
horse will automatically relax.
So that's one of the ways that
Yeah.
you would suggest is to deal with, getting over a bad fall, is to understand that the horse is going to react negatively if you're going to ride the
Exactly.
horse with a negative mindset.
Exactly.
If we can convince ourselves,
Yeah,
the outputs are going to be better.
absolutely.
So, is there a mentor or a coach who significantly affected or changed your entire riding career trajectory?
Like, honestly, I've not had many coaches in my life. Like, not many as in like not had a coach. But in my initial years, when I moved from Mumbai, like, of course, Mr. Pesi Dubash,
Yes.
late Mr. Pesi
Yes.
Dubash, who has helped number of riders, supported.
Yeah.
So he was like the main guy who started my riding in ARC. Then I had, of course, my Jamadars, like Colonel G, not Colonel, like he was Jamadar, Yusuf Khan. So
Of course,
he
Khan
helped
sir.
me.
Of
Khan
course,
sir,
yes.
yes. So he had helped me. Then when I moved to Polachi, I had Dr. Mahendran. So
Yes.
that's where my whole riding changed.
Right.
So I basically lived in a village for like 4 years, gave up everything. My 18th birthday was in a village. So, yeah, but it's okay. I don't regret that.
I think it's, you know, these tough times that you've been through which have also kind of helped you build a certain kind of grit to be able to stand up to certain difficult days.
100%.
So here's a fun question for you, Yashaan. Can you tell us about some of your memorable horses, some of the, over all these years of riding, or 33 years of riding, which are the horses that, you know, stand out for you?
So a lot of horses, but the few which I can like, you know, say which has made an impact on my life would be Napoleon.
Okay.
That was my first horse.
Okay.
Like he was a pateti gift by my parents.
Oh, okay.
So he was there, like we won our first national on him.
Okay.
First, only Genie, see that I'll come to that next. So like he taught me a lot. Then next horse was Olgi.
Of course.
Like
Olgi is...
Yeah, Olgi is Olgi.
Yes.
Then I had Lorenzo, and now I'm competing on Lord. So that's my lineup now.
Right.
Like,
So here's a fun question. If you had to travel back in time and meet the 18-year-old Yashaan in a village in Polachi and give him advice, what would you go and say to him?
I would say, like, after Polachi, I would have just shifted base to Europe, stayed there, and just followed my dream.
Okay.
Like that's the only thing I would change.
Yeah, that's the only path that you would
Yes,
change.
yes.
Otherwise, it's...
Otherwise, yes, I would not change much.
Okay. And if you could go, you had this genie who's going to grant you any wish and say, you can go and have dinner with any rider on this planet, living or dead.
Right.
Who would you want to have dinner with?
I think the people who know me, they would have already known the answer by now. It's Marcus Henning.
Marcus Henning, of course.
So,
The grandmaster.
oh, he's amazing. Like few years ago, like I'd seen him for the first time. So I was working in Germany. So the rider I was riding for, he knew him quite well.
Okay.
So we got introduced, and I was like a kid in a candy shop.
Of course.
Like
Fanboy moment.
fanboy, like, you know, like I was like, I had like stars in my eyes, and I was like, I could not say anything, I could not speak. But watching him ride in real is unreal. Like watching him on video does not do justice. Like,
And what about him?
just his finesse. Like that's what I would try and work on, his feeling, his finesse, like how calm and steady he sits on the horse. Like no matter what, if it's a jump off or a normal round, he will just stay put. Like, and what I've been saying for all these few days right now, the quality of the canter and the rhythm, he's a master at that.
If you had to give all the aspiring equestrians out there some advice, what would you?
So now, first of all, like I would start off with hard work. There is no shortcut to glory. Yeah, you really need to work hard. So whatever a lot of people see, the riders or like me, Marcus Henning, like how I look up to him, like a lot of riders who look up to other riders, they just see the tip of the iceberg.
Of course.
They don't see that there is
90%
Yes.
of what is under the water,
Exactly.
they've not seen the work
Exactly.
that has been put in.
Yeah, so what we all see is just the finished product in the arena. We do not see what goes on back at home in the stables.
That is so true.
That's where the hard work is. So we work for years and years to just master that 60 seconds or that 75 seconds.
So true.
So we work hours and hours, put in blood, sweat, hard work for those 60 seconds. And for those 60 seconds, we need to be working for like hours together back at home.
So hard work is one.
100%.
What else would you want to?
I would say persistence,
Persistence.
perseverance,
Not giving up.
not giving up no matter what. Come what may, I will, I can, I must.
Those are powerful words, and I think, you know, people who are watching us need to kind of really take some serious lessons from these three things: I will, I can, I must. On that, I'm going to say a big thank you to you, Yashaan. It's been amazing having you here. We definitely are going to do more of these. So I'm not going to say bye. I'm going to say
See you soon.
see you soon. Yes. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.